Welcome to Women's Golf on the Big Ten Network. The 2013 Big Ten Women's Golf Championships from the Donald Ross course at French Lick Resort in French Lick, Indiana. It's what these competitors, these student athletes and coaches point to all year long, the conference championship. Hi again, everybody, and welcome. Along with former Northwestern University standout Rebecca Halpern, it's the Big Ten Women's Golf Championships here at the expertly manicured Donald Ross Gym in French Lick. Rebecca's played in this championship. You know all about it. The pressure, the individual competition, the team title up for grabs, varying weather conditions, patience a key. Your thoughts?
Well, the good news, Jim, is all these girls are very used to playing in these kinds of conditions. It's part of being in the Big Ten. We're used to this kind of thing. If anything, snow wouldn't be out of the ordinary for these girls, and I'm sure it's going to come down to whoever's playing best today that will win.
Great action to get to this point. Two teams separated by only 5 shots. The individual title still very much up for grabs. Let's check the format and the leaderboards. 54 holes, all 12 teams participating, and an automatic bid, Rebecca, to the NCAA tournament for the winning team.
6 players for each team will tee it up, and the best 4 scores are counted per day for each team's daily total score. Now let's take a look at the team leaderboard.
And as you do that, how important in this event is team depth?
5 of the teams in this tournament are ranked in Golf Week's top 50 teams nationwide, Jim, and team depth is what really wins championships here.
As you check that individual scoreboard, what an international flavor. Purdue with a senior from Cape Town and a senior from New Delhi, India. And then Ohio State with a sophomore from Bangkok, Thailand, and Penn State's Caitlin Elliott from Peterborough, Ontario. So we've got Sunday championship pins. We've also got varying weather conditions. The breeze came up late yesterday, expected to blow again today. The rain, patience obviously a key. To be honest, a hard day, Rebecca, to sit on the lead. Equally hard to come from behind.
The girls are really going to have to stay within themselves today, Jim. It's a tough day. The wind is blowing, as you just mentioned. They're going to need to club up, maybe even a little more so than in the days prior, simply because of the wet weather. You mentioned patience. If there's one team that's impatient here today, it's Northwestern. They've slept on the lead for 2 nights, and this is their first chance to take home a Big Ten championship. Let's see if they can do it today.
And for Purdue's Devin Browse, simply say no more. Unprecedented success. 5 Big Ten team championships, 5-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, and 106 team titles.
And the Wisconsin Badgers, coached by Todd Orline, now in his 10th year, was the Coach of the Year in 2011, an honor he would soon like to have again.
Those are the 12 coaches and the 12 teams competing here. The team title and the individual honors still up for grabs. And let's check our final round leaderboards. The Wildcats nursing a 1-shot lead over Purdue, and the Spartans currently the best team on the course at +2. Individual honors, Paula Reto from Cape Town, South Africa, 6 clear over Northwestern's Caitlin Park. The Spartans, Liz Nagel, another look at her tee shot at the par 3 16th. Again, 133 yards in the pin, 18 feet from the front. Her only hole-in-one back in the Michigan Girls Junior Championship at the Egypt Valley Country Club, but this one setting up a nice birdie try in the final round.
And that ball comes to rest about 3 feet from the hole, Jim. It's a slippery left-to-right breaking putt. She just has to stay down on it to get it in there.
Nice birdie for the Spartan Junior after a great tee shot at the par 3 16th. Meanwhile, forward to the home hole for the Illini, Ember Schultz, birdie try.
And that putt just slips by on the right-hand side, Jim. Ember had a beautiful front 9, even par 36. She struggled a bit on the back. And now to Laura Gonzalez, 2-time Big Ten champion. For birdie at 16, she's struggling today with a 41 on the front. Doesn't look like it's going to happen again this year for her.
And at the par 4 17th, Penn State's 19-year-old sophomore, Caitlin Elliott, second shot.
Caitlin had a very hot front 9 at 2 under par. And a beautiful shot there uphill to that elevated green.
The women enjoying the challenges of this Donald Ross gem. Opened back in 1917, a par 72, 6,099 yards. The same ground that Walter Hagen walked back in 1924 when he won the PGA Championship. And Rebecca with some thoughts on the physical challenges presented here.
Anyone who says golf isn't a sport hasn't played the Donald Ross course here at French Lick. As you can see behind me, the hills are posing a major challenge for these girls this week, who are proving they need to be in equally as good physical shape as they are in golf shape.
You have not walked a golf course till you've walked this one, and I'm a huge fan of Donald Ross, so I love the course, and I think it's got a lot of obstacles, but if you're playing well, you can definitely go low, and if you're struggling, it's gonna take advantage of you.
Well, at our workouts and stuff, we do a lot of like bike sprints and a lot of core stuff and run upstairs, stuff like that, so I guess it prepares us pretty well for courses like this, but this is definitely one of the more hillier courses, I'd say.
I feel like we prepare all year for this tournament, obviously. So we have workouts like almost every day in the week, and everything's towards this tournament. So we're really prepared when we're here.
And here is Indiana senior Rosie Davis on the upslope at number 17. This is her third shot on the par 4. There are a lot of ways you can play these shots, Jim. Bump and run. Rosie chose to pitch it, and it worked out well.
Meanwhile, Minnesota's Jackie Shepard, the senior for Gopher coach Michelle Redmond, par putt at the 9th. Conference Player of the Year back at Kettle Moraine High School. And the sportsmanship evident here at the Big Ten Women's Golf Championships. Back to 17, another par putt for the Buckeye sophomore.
Jan Champalangsri was a top 6 to start the day. She's had a tough day today. 7 over par to this point. That putt was for par, and now she'll have a slippery downhiller for bogey.
Meanwhile, at the home hole, the 18th, Michigan's Lauren Grogan, sophomore from Columbus, celebrating her 20th birthday come June the 5th. Safely in. She and her dad have a handshake ritual they do before each and every round. And Denise St. Pierre's talented 19-year-old sophomore, Caitlin Elliott. Birdie try back at 17.
And this a very makeable birdie putt here. Just squeaks by on the left side. She had a wonderful front 9, 2 under par 34, but she's been struggling a bit on the back with a double bogey at 14 and a bogey at 16. She's disappointed with par, but she's having a fine tournament.
In the individual championship, Paula Reto running away with things. Caitlin Elliott didn't dream of being a golfer. She wanted to play college basketball. In the team competition, the Wildcats 2 clear over the Boilermakers when we come right back. Here's Lauren Weaver, the senior from Scottsdale, finishing up her career at Northwestern. Her dad, Craig, got her started in the game of golf when she was only 5. Says the biggest plus to her game is her outstanding attitude and always thinking positively. I asked her 3 words to describe herself. She said diligent, passionate, and dependable.
And Lauren Weaver's Wildcats are neck and neck with Purdue at 20 over par. The competition is really tightening up here.
Paula Reto for Purdue, 5 clear in the individual competition. The team title still very much up for grabs. 3 holes left in regulation here in French Lick, Indiana. And back to the 16th, again the final threesome. 133 yards facing Purdue senior Paula Reto, our individual leader. Playing it nicely off the crown, rolling down for a nice birdie bid. Paula says her perfect day playing golf at Augusta National with her dad, Tony.
And to 18 we go with the Belgian Margot Van Mol, a freshman for Purdue, off the back of the green.
Says ironically that putting is the aspect of her game that needs the most work. Best tip, let the hands feel the speed.
And she'll go on to make that for par to shoot 76, which will count for Purdue.
Back to the tee at 16, the 21-year-old junior for the Spartans, Christine Meyer. Pin at 16, 18 in from the front. And the 2009 Miss Michigan Golf in nice and tight with a birdie try. 9 of the 12 have finished up the competition, but 3 holes remain, and the team title still very much up for grabs. Every shot is important as you check the final scores of those that have finished up. And how about the individual best scores so far?
Jim, these players are sitting waiting to see what will happen. Players like Carmen Laguna from Minnesota, who shot a +8. She's tied for 9th in the top 10. And then there's Caitlin Elliott from Penn State, 4 over par, tied for 4th. She's very anxious to see what will happen through the finish.
Back at the par 4 17th, off a double bogey at 15. The Wildcats' Devin Brown with that birdie putt.
Brown is keenly aware of where Northwestern stands here, cheering on her teammates behind her, letting them know that she is in good position and they should carry on.
Birdie try at the last for the Michigan State sophomore, Tricia Witherby.
There's a deceiving ridge that runs up the middle of that green. She can't quite get it up there, but she will go on to tap in for par and post a 1 over par 73.
Big birdie putt here for Northwestern and Caitlin Park. Watch it pick up speed. And that coming back for par.
Back to 16, Paula Reto, 2-foot putt for birdie. It's a must make, and she does, bringing her round to 2 under par for the day. Purdue putting on the pressure.
Devin Brown at the last, a double bogey at 15, a birdie at 17. This a crucial par must make at the last. Oh, curls it in, an all-around good putt.
And you can see Northwestern there cheering her on, the men and the women's team. Now Aurora Can for Purdue. This for par. Nice par for Aurora. She had no birdies on the back 9, but still managed to squeak out a 74, total of 224 for the tournament. Very solid showing.
Solid stroke there for the sophomore from Chichester, Pennsylvania. So a quick look at the leaderboard here in the final round in French Lick, Indiana. Northwestern by 2, but it's not over yet. The Boilermakers, can they force a playoff? We'll be right back. As you look at the individual championship, Gary Player was a role model for fine young South African golfers. Paula Reto could follow in his footsteps. And the team competition, 2 holes left to go, but it's really a horse race. The Wildcats and the Boilermakers down the stretch. The senior from New Delhi, India, Purdue's Kishi Sinha. Second shot at the home hole. An outstanding birdie effort coming up for the gal whose fondest memory after her dad taught her to play golf at the age of 9 was making her first par. The reward, a McDonald's apple pie.
Now let's go to 17, where Christine Meyer from Michigan State. Second shot.
Pin at 17, 12 paces in from the right, 24 from the front.
And she plays it off the side hill nicely, the ball trickling ever closer to the hole. It's a beautiful shot.
And at 18, Northwestern's coach, Emily Fletcher, looking on. Hannah Lee from the left rough. Second shot, home hole.
Lee's expecting this ball to squirt out of that rough to the elevated green, hoping to get the ball back far enough that it gets on top of that ridge. Unfortunately, it does not, but she's still setting herself up for a good birdie opportunity.
Back to 17, the leader in the individual championship, Purdue's Paula Reto. Her second shot. Nice look at the contours and the undulations here, the Donald Ross design.
Once again, club selection critical here on this hole as the pin is tucked very close to the front of the green. She manages with 1 hop to bounce it right up there in tight, maybe another birdie.
Caroline Powers on pace to become the most decorated of the Spartans in their long and illustrious golf program. Birdie try at the last. Her dad, Buddy, an assistant hockey coach at Boston University, but a solid Sunday round of 71.
And Caroline's teammate 1 hole behind on 17 for back-to-back birdies. And it goes right in the heart of the hole. Christine Meyer, beautiful, +1 for the day.
Purdue's outstanding senior now at the last, Kishi Sinha. Big birdie try.
It stays outright all the way with 2 80s already posted by Purdue players. Kishi's score is going to count, and every putt for every player on this team needs to drop. She shot 73 in the first 2 days, but couldn't quite follow it up. Today was a 77. Tough day for Kishi. Still, Purdue is right there in the thick of it.
Her Boilermaker teammate back at the 17th, Paula Reto. Speed is crucial. Let's see if she plays it high enough.
She's coming off a birdie on 16. The tendency is to look up early, move your head, see where the ball goes on these left to right breakers. Oh, and she just missed it on the low side. She was wishing it into the hole, but sometimes wishing doesn't make it, so Reto will have that for par.
I believe there's an old Dusty Springfield song, Wishin' and Hopin'. But Miss Reto will join an impressive list of Boilermakers as the women's individual champion. What a run for Devin Browse and his Purdue squad.
And the team championship is coming down to this last group. Here now, Caitlin Park from Northwestern for par. Oh, and she pulls it.
A year ago, she was playing high school golf. Now she's a freshman. She'll head to the 18th tee with the team title on the line. The Wildcats' lead was 5 as Sunday dawned. It's down to just 1. Back at the 18th, after they've hit their tee shots, a couple of different scenarios, Rebecca.
Northwestern needs to make a par here on 18 to maintain its one-shot lead, and it all comes down to Caitlin Park. In the fairway, the ball sitting down a little bit. She's on a slightly downhill lie, hitting up to this elevated green. It's a challenging shot. She's asking for it to sit. The tendency off these downhill lies is to hit a low squirter, and it looks like she's done just that. And now it's rolling off the back of these signature Donald Ross tabletop greens. Tricky up and down with the pin tucked so close to the back of the green.
Paula Reto now for the Boilermakers, her second shot. Good lie.
Talk about rhythm with that swing, Jim. Beautiful.
So Park is over the green with a testy, very difficult up and down.
And with Reto so close for a birdie, it seems anything can happen. Park needs to get up and down to maintain the team score of +19. As you can see, 375s and a 77. If Park makes a par on this hole, she'll shoot 76 and at least keep Northwestern there at +19.
Now let's check the lie, and to be honest, Rebecca, a couple of ways to play this shot.
She could use her putter and run it up the hill. She could use a 7-iron and bump it into the side of the hill.
Her call or the coach's call, or have they had a confab?
I think it's whatever is most comfortable for Caitlin at this point. She needs to get it up and down. Oh. Obviously there, Jim, she chose to pitch it. It's a downhill shot, the green tilting from the back to the front. She needed to get that one close, and now she's got a very daunting putt for par. Paula Reto still inside of her for birdie.
Renee Sloan, her Illini, watching and supporting the final competitors here at the last. Birdie try for the Spartans, Christine Meyer. Said her ideal fivesome would be Freddie Couples, Adam Scott, Lorena Ochoa, and Stacy Lewis. Playing in the final threesome and being very careful not to step in anyone's line. with the team title still very much up for grabs. A final round 73. The Spartans had the day's best effort as a team. Park now must make for a score of 76 and to keep the team at plus 19. Well past, so her score will not matter. The Wildcats slide to plus 20. Their 5-shot lead as Sunday Dawn evaporates, and it comes down to a birdie putt by Paula Reto. She's already won the individual title. Can she win the team title for Purdue?
And the Boilermakers have already won 5 team titles, Northwestern none. It's all coming down to this putt.
If it goes in, Purdue wins. If she misses, we have a tie and co-champions. Pulled it ever so slightly. So friends, we will have a tie if she can make that comebacker coming back. She'll mark, take her time, reset, maybe a deep breath, draw on all that senior experience. Her dad gave her best tip about staying patient. She's doing that right now. This to tie for Purdue with the Wildcats. So after 3 days of competition, Devin Browse and his Purdue Boilermakers tied with Emily Fletcher's Wildcats of Northwestern for the Big Ten Conference crown.
And Jim, there is no playoff to determine the ultimate team champion. So with a score of plus 20, both Northwestern and Purdue will share co-champion honors. But it was really an honor for every team playing at this tournament this year.
And how about the top 6? The all-championship team, the outstanding freshman, Caitlin Park. She'll turn 19 on May the 12th. Caroline Powers in the second spot, but running away with the individual title by 7, the gal from Cape Town, South Africa, Paula Reto. And in my best South African, congratulations, Huya More and Tot Sense. Welcome back to the Donald Ross course at the French Lick Resort, a marvelous facility, home again to this Big Ten championship. Paula Reto winning individual honors. The top 6 are all-championship team once again. Caroline Powers for the Spartans in second, a tie for third. And here with our individual champion is Rebecca.
We're here with the 2013 Big Ten Women's Golf Champion, Paula Reto of Purdue. Paula, you've had a pretty steady tournament so far. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean, 71, 70 the last 2 days was pretty awesome. Had a lot of opportunities today as well, but I'm pretty happy about myself, so just going to celebrate it and have fun with my team.
It was pretty tight with Northwestern. Give me a sense of what that was like. Were you aware of the team championship, or were you more focused on the individual title?
You know what? I was more focused on the team. I wasn't sure where we were at pretty much any time in the round. So my coach is kind of pushing me, saying, come on, one shot at a time. Just try your best, and I was just going with that.
Our Pure Silk Player of the Day performance is Paula Reto, as she's awarded the Mary Fossum Award, representing the low scoring average against par for the entire season. Time now for the Big Ten Championship and crown our co-champions now. We had a tie, so we will have co-winners for this 2013 event here at French Lick and the Donald Ross Golf Course. Congratulations off to my right to Emily Fletcher and the Northwestern Wildcats. And off to my left, Devin Browse and his Purdue Boilermakers. Devin, slide on over here and bring your Boilermakers. 15 years as the head coach of the men's and women's team at Purdue. 5 times Big Ten Coach of the Year. This is Devin's 6th Big Ten championship. So, Coach, congratulations. Quite a program you have strung together over a bunch of years.
Thank you, Jim. A real credit to the girls and the players we've had there. I just go along for the ride.
Do you go down to Cape Town to recruit athletes like Paula Reto?
No, I was actually at the Big Ten Men's Match Play Championship at Heron Bay in South Florida, and the pro said, Coach Browse, I got somebody out here on the range hitting balls. I want you to watch. And I went out there and watched Paula hit balls, and I said, man, we got to get her to West Lafayette, and she's done well.
I mentioned 15 years as the head of the program here. For you, why is coaching still fun, Devin?
Well, I guess I'm just stubborn about competition. I love to compete, and I love to help young people, and I actually love to see Big Ten golf get better. And when we can come to venues like this and see all these teams, and I'm telling you, it's competitive out there. And playing today with Northwestern and Michigan State, I mean, it was a grind all the way. We could never get on top. To credit to Northwestern, they just would not let us get on top of that leaderboard, and it was a gritty performance by then. Michigan State made a great run today, and I thought our team was extremely gritty today. We had a little bit of adversity out there, but they hung in there, and it's great to come away with a co-championship.
When you talk about the grit, who have you selected among your student athletes to talk on behalf of the Boilermakers?
Well, Mrs. Grit herself, Laura Gonzalez.
Laura? Congratulations. Nice to see you again. This has become an annual rite of spring to spend some time with you, right? Do you feel like the aging veteran of this team?
Definitely. I mean, I'm a senior, so I feel old compared to the new coming girls.
When a freshman comes in, what kind of advice do you as a senior pass along?
It's most of it like make them confident and like trust their game and be confident out there and just like give it all every time.
You're proud of the Boilermakers and you're proud of your conference, right?
Definitely, very proud.
You're a senior. Tell the folks at home what you're about to do.
I don't know yet. I'm graduating very soon, but I think I'm just gonna do like for the summer, play for my Belgium team, and then I might turn pro or just work in the actuarial science field.
You've been a great Boilermaker through the years. Congratulations on your career and best of luck whatever lies ahead.
Thank you.
Laura Gonzalez from Purdue. Indeed, a marvelous facility hosting this Big Ten Women's Golf Championship for the second straight year. And special thanks go out to our friends Andy Fortner, who's the head golf professional here at the Donald Ross course at French Lick, and to Brendan Sweeney, the director of golf media and player development. And from the Big Ten, the assistant director of championships, Matt Boudre. Thanks to everybody for a great week of competition and camaraderie. Now for our entire Big Ten Network crew here and for Rebecca Halpern, we'll say so long, but congratulations to all the players and coaches who represented their schools. We hope to see you next year at the Big Ten Women's Golf Championships.